What's going on with this Andrade stuff?
So, first of all, before we can get into that, I see a lot of people saying that I priced myself out.
What's up, everybody? Marcos Villegas here with David Benavidez in his gym in San Diego, who's in camp for his potential fight coming up with David Lemieux at some point a few months from now. But David, man, starting camp a little early. Why is that?
Just getting better, bro. Just trying to better myself, just trying to do a little bit different stuff. Just staying more focused now. Make sure I like to start my camp a little bit earlier to give me more time. I'd rather start earlier than later. So I mean, and this is I feel like this is a step I have to take. I really have to make boxing my, just basically my life. It already was, but sometimes with boxing, a lot of boxers they just wait till they get the fight date, then they start training. But I just want to make sure I'm on my stuff and I'm learning every day. And not only that I feel like I'm learning, but it looks like I'm learning, and I'm doing different stuff. And I think I just want to evolve as a fighter and get better as a person overall.
It's like you're like in that flow state right now, where it's like you're exponentially like improving, like every camp.
Yeah, exactly. And I feel stronger. I'm sitting on my punches better. My balance is getting better. Defense is getting better. Jab is getting better. Just everything overall is getting better. And that's why I just strive to be better than what I was yesterday. And that's just basically the motto.
So what's going on with the Lemieux fight? I know it was mandated in Mexico for it to be the next fight, but it hasn't been announced yet. Like, is there anything happening there?
No, it's a go. The contracts is already signed and all that stuff. It's just that I don't know. The thing about it is that they're trying to make it in Phoenix, Arizona, but because of the playoffs, because the Phoenix Suns are going to the playoffs, so they don't know exactly what dates are available. But I think it should come out, maybe this week or something like that. But yeah, no, it's 100% go.
What do you make of David at this point? I know, like in the past, his punch, and that's the last thing to go in a fighter. But what do you make of what he's looked like in the last few fights?
I mean, his last few fights, he still looked good. I mean, I feel like his last fight he won. He had a tough fight, but he still has that power, And as just for me, I mean, this is the fights they're mandatory. They sanctioned it. The WBC sanctioned it. They made it mandatory. So, I mean, those are the kind of fights we have to take. I mean, David Lemieux is still an ex-champion. He's a good champion. He was a good former champion. He still has a big punch. So, if that's what we have to do, I've been a fan of David Lemieux since I was a little kid, So, I mean, that's just letting me know I'm doing something right. If I'm fighting somebody who I used to be a fan of, then, I'm in the right position.
Why were you a fan of him? Like, what made you a fan of Lemieux?
Knockouts. He has good knockouts. He's a good hook. He's always been a fan-friendly fighter, just like how I am, and he's a warrior. And, I mean, I'm excited to go into a fight with him because I know it's going to be a war. I know he's not going to give up, so it's going to be a great fight.
How do you see the fight playing out? I would imagine David, you and David, both of you guys are David. It's funny. Both of you guys come forward, and David's one guy that he's not shy to exchange with opponents.
So, like, well, my mentality, I always want to go in there and knock a fighter out, right, or stop him, and that's always going to be my mentality until I finish boxing. But I feel like he's going to be a little bit easier than my past fighters because he just comes forward. Not in a sense that he's going to be easy to knock out or anything, but his style is a little bit easier than the last fighters.
A little less challenging.
Yes, because I don't have to cut the ring off. I don't have to chase him. He's going to be there in front of me all night. I'll probably have to do some boxing, hit and move, but he's going to be available there. He doesn't really use that much head movement, but, I still got to be cautious for his punching power, his left hook, of course. But like I said, he's a warrior. I'm a warrior, and these are the type of fights I like. Especially he's going to be back in Phoenix, Arizona. It's going to be a war.
Have you ever had a chance to meet David and talk to him?
No, I've never met him in person. Never.
Okay. I say, like, you mentioned to him, like, hey, I've seen you since I was a kid. I'm a huge fan of yours.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say huge fan, but I know yeah, but he's given some great fights, and he's been in there with Gennady Golovkin, he's been there with Gabriel Rosado. He has a good resume. He's probably had one of the best resumes than anybody else that I've fought, so it's going to be a good challenge for me.
Switching subjects, I know you brought it up in the last interview, but what's going on with this Andrade stuff?
So, first of all, before we can get into that, I see a lot of people saying that I priced myself out, this and that. But, this is not, this is negotiations, bro. It's barely, we're not even close to making the fight happen. I have the fight signed with David Lemieux. He has a fight signed with, who's he fighting?
Andrade, he's moving up.
Yeah, so he's fighting WBO, something like that. So we both have, it's just talks right now. So for people, I see a lot of people getting on my ass, commenting on my style, you priced yourself out, this and that. It was only talk right now. You know, nothing is even cemented. But I think it's a very lucrative fight for both sides, PBC and DAZN. You know, we both need that step up. You know, nobody wants to fight Andrade at 160. He's coming up to 168. You know, I'm having a hard time to find people who want to fight me. We both want the big names, and we both hold weight in both of our promotion companies. We got big names too, so why not? I think that's the best fight we can make. Just fight each other, and then the winner goes to the next level.
So where did, like, okay, you're saying it's negotiations, but in the interview that he did with Boxing Voice, Samson said, like, it has to be more than what was offered for Canelo. And, like, we're hearing now that, like, Canelo, that you guys were getting offered, like, $50 million for that fight, or at least he was for that fight.
Yeah. Like I said, bro, I don't know. I'm a fighter. You know, those dudes are promoters, Samson Lukowicz, Al Heyman, Luis de Cubas, they take care of all that. And I'm pretty sure, you know, it's going to come to a – it's going to come to agreement, something that's going to make sense for everybody. You know, I feel like we both deserve that. You know, Andrade's been there for a long time, ex-champion. I've been here for a long time, I'm ex-champion. So we're definitely going to we're going to come to an agreement. But first things first, I got to take care of David Lemieux. That's not an easy fight. He has to take care of his first fight at 168. So after we both get these fights taken care of, then we can move on to the next, and then we can start negotiating. So
that's a plan then. After this fight with Lemieux, you want to go into a fight with Andrade?
I hope so. That's what I'm really hoping for. I mean, it's going to be a really big fight too. It's basically a world title. You know, Canelo has all the belts, but the other one is going to be WBO interim, WBC interim. So it's going to be a big fight, you know, and then the winner goes to the next level. Like I said, it's not an easy fight, but I don't want easy fights.
So just because people are going to see this and be like, okay, he's saying that he wants to fight next, that the price stuff is just you guys negotiating, like 110%, you want to fight him. It's nothing that like, oh, he's going to make me look bad. Oh, this is a bad like fight, like style-wise. He doesn't bring anything to the table. Like you want him next.
He brings a lot to the table. He's a great champion. You know, he's been champion in 2 weight classes. You know, how is he not going to bring anything to the table? He's been here for longer than I am, so how is he not going to bring anything to the table? I'm not that type of fighter to be like, oh, yeah, his name's not big enough. Man, fuck that. You know, we're both boxers. We're both at 168. We've both been world champion. Let's make the fight happen. It's not that hard. You know, a lot of people are just – they don't want to make fights happen, so they got to come up with excuses. Oh, I'm a bigger star than him. He doesn't bring anything to the table. I'm the A side. He's the B side. Man, that's all bullshit. At the end of the day,
that's all you hear now.
Yeah, but that's why I'm not gonna do that. I'm not even gonna entertain that. I just want to get to the next level, and I got a career too, and I'm not gonna put my career on hold. You know, I mean, I want to fight the best, and if I can't get Caleb Plant, if I can't get Charlo, if I can't get Canelo, Andrade is the next best thing.
With Andrade, it's always been said that people are afraid to fight him, and that he hasn't had a big fight to really like put him over against anybody. Like, why do you feel that like people have been hesitant to fight him?
Because he's a good fighter. He's a lefty. He has power. He moves around a lot, and he's very intelligent. He's very intelligent. But as the thing of boxing, you know, with big risk comes big reward. You know, minimal risk is, you know, you're always gonna stay in the same spot. You know, like I said, I've been professional 9 years already. You know, I'm 25 years old. I want to go to the next level. You know, I want to expand my name. I want to be a star. And how am I going to get there if I keep fighting, you know, I'm not going to say bums, but if I'm fighting people that people really don't know. You know, and in the boxing world, Andrade is known by a lot of people. He's respected by a lot of people. And a lot of people don't want to fight him because he's a big risk. You know, a lot of people, like I said, at 160, they all thought they were going to fight Canelo, so they didn't want to fight him. Now, 168, if he comes up, he does the same shit. You know, it's probably the same thing's going to happen to him. So I don't want to be like that. I don't want to be the one, I'm not going to risk a fight or whatever. I just want to fight the best of the best.
At this point, I guess, you know, given like what you're telling me with like, hey, you know, I can't get fights with this guy, do you think like eventually you'll meet all those guys at 175 and then like eventually Canelo will be the guy that you eventually meet also at 175?
So I don't know, bro. I can't tell you that. I can't tell the future. You know, right now I'm at 168. You know, there's a lot of great fighters at 168. Until I get to 175, then that's when I can plan everything out. But right now I'm at 168. There's a lot of great guys who fight here, and we'll see what happens in the future.
Thank you so much for watching this video, and make sure to subscribe for more videos of your favorite fighters over here on Fight Hub TV, and give us a follow online as well at Fight Hub TV on Twitter and on Instagram. We appreciate it, guys.